To begin, we'll start with a crochet hook. I'm using 2.25 millimeter. I have my scissors you'll need because we are changing colors. And then for my yarn, I have yarn here. It's 100% acrylic. It's also medium 4. You'll see it calls for 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, but we'll use a very small one so that our stitches are nice and tight. We'll start with a slip knot, making a loop and bringing it up. We start this pattern by chaining 6 stitches. Being sure to count your stitches, as the stitch count is really important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we'll put this loop slip stitch into our first stitch here. And now we have a circle. This will be the center part of our circle here. From here, chain 4. And now we double crochet into our circle. We want 12 total stitches. So we'll only double crochet 11 times. This will count as number 12. Double crochet, yarn over, put your hook through the center circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now we have 3 loops on our needle. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'll do it again. Yarn over, go through the center, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. One more time together. Yarn over, hook through the center of the circle, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a total of 12. I always go back and count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. To connect the circle, we'll slip stitch to that first chain that we did. From here, take my scissors and pull through. Tighten everything up. I like to sew the ends on at the end, but sometimes I just pull this hanging thread so that it's facing the back of my work. We've now completed the center part of our coaster. Take color number 2, create a slip knot. And then opposite of where we ended, I'm just going to go straight across. Insert your crochet hook under a stitch. Pull that second color through. My loop is a little big. And tighten just a little bit here. We'll chain 4. Oops. There we are. And in that same stitch, double crochet, yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over. My tension's all off here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have a cluster of 2 here. If you notice, we have clusters of 2. So we need to continue that all the way around. We made 12 stitches, so we should do this 12 times. Now we chain 1. And then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And pull through. So now it's as if we're making a little flower daisy. You have a cluster of 2, cluster of 2, chain 1, and continue. Before we close the circle, it's a good time to count just to make sure we didn't miss anything. I'm counting the 2 clusters as 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you wanted to count those stitches individually, you would have 24. If you don't have 12, go back, make sure that you made 12 double crochets in the first round, or go back, make sure you didn't skip a stitch accidentally. That can happen. We'll slip a stitch. To close up this round. Again, I like to pull this. I'll sew it at the end, but for now, pull them to the back. There we go. One step closer to making our coaster. Color number 3. We're going to make even more petals in between the clusters, in between those clusters of 2. That's why I like thinking of them as 2 and not individually counting them in those clusters. So slip knot, color number 3. Anywhere you'd like, I'd like to go diagonal of where we just were. In between a cluster, pull through. Oops. Try that again. And chain 4. 2 double crochets, same stitch. We've done a lot. Now we have a cluster of 3. 1, 2, 3. You have that chain, but the cluster of 3. Same thing we did in round 2, making those clusters. We're going to do that with 3 double crochets around the circle. Chain 1, 3 double crochets. Before we close the circle, let's go back and count our stitches. Again, I count in clusters, not individual stitches. A cluster of 3 I'll count as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You should have 12. Should be even here. We'll take that stitch and slip it into that first stitch. And pull this to the back. I'll sew it later. You finished round 3. A lot of double crochet practice that we'll need to take with us for our petals in our next round. Color number 4, we'll make another slip knot. Same thing. I want to go opposite where this was, so I'm just going to start here. And you'll start in between the cluster. And for us, a cluster is 3 stitches, so pick somewhere in between. Pull that slip knot through. Tighten everything up. Chain 5. There we go. Now we're going to skip 1 stitch, not a cluster, just 1 stitch. So I skip just this stitch here, this first one. I have to separate the cluster and add a double crochet. So I'm splitting the cluster right in between there. Double crochet. Oop. Now I chain 2, 1, 2, and I skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. So now a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1. Chain 2, skip 2. Setting the foundation, where our petals will go. Chain 1, skip 1, oops, chain 2, skip 2. And then chain 2, and we would skip 2, 1, 2, here's our stitch, slip, stitch. After you slip, chain 4, and from here is where we start our petals. We've created our foundation. Now we have the petals to go. You've chained 4. We'll do a single crochet, which we haven't done yet. In a double crochet, we yarn over, go through, pull up, pull through 2. Single crochet is easier. So for the single crochet, we're going to call these here T's. So we have a T, a T, a T. All those foundations that we just made are a T. You're going to single crochet into the next T. So we're working here. This is the next one. For single crochet, insert your hook into the stitch. Yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through the loops. That's a single crochet. And now you've just made a little hump shape there. Okay. So we have a T, and a little hump shape there. From there, chain 3. Turn your work. We know this is the back because all of the strings are here. And now this little hump that we just made, 5 double crochets for a total of 6. So this chain 3 is going to count as 1. We'll make 5 more. So now we want to count. There should be 6 stitches total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, turn your work. This beginning T, where we've began, we'll call that a beginning T. The beginning T, an ending T. This beginning T, 5 double crochets. Same thing that we've done, it just feels a little bit awkward. Yarn over. So you go through and behind, you pull up a loop. There we are. So it kind of feels weird, but it's the same thing we've been doing. Same double crochet. That's 1. Okay, we can see it's different because it's on the T and these are on this little hump. We need to make 5. That's 5. We can count them here. Again, these stitches are on this little hump. They don't count. These stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, this T, which we'll call the ending T, single crochet. You'll bring your needle in. Yeah, your yarn is kind of going across, but that's okay. Yarn over, pull through. That's what it should look like. Yarn over, pull through both of those loops. Fasten, and you just made your first petal here. That's what we're doing all around the circle. So from here, you start from the beginning, chain 4. Okay, this will be our beginning T. The next T, which we'll call our ending T, single crochet. Remember, in, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So we just made a little hump here. We'll chain 3. And then turn our work. We know this is the back. On that little hump that we just made, 5 double crochets, but this counts as 1, so we need 6 in total. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work. Now on this beginning T, remember we had an end and a beginning. On this beginning T, 5 double crochets. So we yarn over, go from behind, through, pull through, and it feels weird, it looks weird, but you're doing it correctly. Let's see if we can count. So remember, these on the hump here don't count. So if we kind of separate, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, our ending T, which is right here, single crochet. So right in, and again, this yarn is kind of coming over, that's okay. Pull up, yarn over, pull through both loops. You've closed it off. As you can see, you're sort of making these little petals, buttercups, and we'll continue. Chain 4, making our little hump. Let's single crochet into the next T. So now that we made it, chain 3, turn your work. We need to add 5 double crochets on this hump. In total, we'll have 6 stitches. let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work. That beginning T, 5 double crochets, yarn over and try to go from behind, pull up a loop. We can count. These on the hump don't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into that ending T. And then close. Look at the start you have. We need to continue it through. As you finish up your final round, finishing off your petals, you'll start to see this beautiful 3D coaster come together. Such a cute gift you can give in a set of 2. Keep for yourself or any other project you want to have with these cute 3D flowers. Let me know below how you did, how long it took you. If you have any tips for other crocheters out there, please leave a comment.